Welcome to KR Films Entertainment Channel. Today I am going to explain a 2019 Indian action and thriller movie War. In the opening scene, we see Kabir taking a sniper rifle and targeting someone. Nearby there is an old man codenamed Cobra 1, who provides him with information about the target. The old man instructs Kabir to kill the target, who is a man named Farid Haqqani. However, to everyone's shock, Kabir changes his aim and shoots Cobra 1 in the head. Afterwards, Colonel Luthra informs their boss that Kabir has betrayed them. As Kabir is their best agent, the boss asks Colonel Luthra if there is anyone who can stop him. That's when Khalid, the second main character of the movie, is introduced. Next, we see Khalid fighting alone against some men and defeating them. He then reports to Colonel Luthra, informing him that he has completed his mission, before leaving the scene. Following that, Colonel Luthra assigns Khalid a new mission to find and kill Kabir. Meanwhile, Khalid reminisces about his past memories with Kabir. Let's delve into their flashbacks from 2 years ago. Khalid remembers Kabir arriving in a helicopter and Colonel Luthra inviting Kabir to join forces with Khalid. However, Kabir initially rejects Khalid due to his father's criminal background. Kabir says that Khalid's father is a criminal, so there is no place for Khalid and his team. But due to Colonel Luthra's powerful explanation, Khalid is joined in the team. Their main mission together is to capture the terrorist Rizwan Ilyasi. Starting with targeting ISIS leader Bashir Hassan, in this operation Kabir infiltrates an ISIS area and shoots a man in front of everyone. He is then captured and brought before Bashir Hassan, where he faces physical assault. Bashir Hassan discovers and destroys the transmitter that Kabir had, believing it to be his only means of communication. However, Kabir surprises him by revealing a second hidden transmitter concealed in his teeth, which he throws at Bashir Hassan's face. Simultaneously, Kabir's team arrives and engages in a fight with ISIS members. Meanwhile, Kabir frees himself and joins Khalid in fighting against Bashir Hassan. Together, Kabir and his team defeat Bashir Hassan's group. That night, Kabir summons Khalid to his office, where Khalid reveals a secret that nobody else knows. His right eye has a vision defect. Upon learning about Khalid's condition, Kabir initially suggests that he should leave the team, as his impaired vision could pose a risk. However, after hearing Khalid's backstory in understanding the circumstances, Kabir realizes his mistake and warmly welcomes Khalid to the team. After a few days, they receive information that Rizwan is in Morocco. They travel there and wait for Rizwan's arrival. When Rizwan finally appears, Kabir's team surrounds him. However, their operation goes awry when one of Kabir's teammates, Sorab, betrays them and helps Rizwan escape. A fight ensues between Rizwan and Kabir while Sob flees. Khalid chases after Sorab against Kabir's advice. Despite the setbacks, Kabir continues to pursue Rizwan alone. Unexpectedly, Kabir is shot in the neck and loses consciousness. He recovers after 2 weeks only to discover that 2 of his teammates had died during the battle, and they have no information about Khalid's whereabouts. A few days later, they find Khalid with injuries. Now let's get back to the present day. Several days later, Kabir receives a phone call from Khalid, who informs him about his plan to eliminate Kabir. In response, Kabir warns Khalid that if he doesn't shoot first, Kabir will shoot him. After their phone call, Kabir boards a plane where he faces a group of army officers. He fights them off and opens the plane's door, using an officer to prevent anyone from escaping. The officer gets upset and asks to release him. Then Kabir asks, "Can you fly?" He says no. Then Kabir asks again that if you can't fly, why did you ask him to be released? After that, Kabir throws him out of the plane and leaves from there with a parachute. While all of this is happening, Colonel Luthra holds Khalid's team responsible for their failure to get Kabir. Meanwhile, Kabir is talking to a little girl called Ruhi. Who is this little girl? To understand her story, we jump back 6 months. Then we can see a dancing girl called Nena. She is Ruhi's mother. Kabir uses her to get information about Rizwan from a person named Feroz. Kabir promises to give Nena money and a chance to be with Ruhi again. Next day, Nena meets Kabir and agrees to his plan. Kabir promises her that he will protect her but says that she doesn't trust him. That night Naina goes to meet Firoz. After some time Naina connects a pen drive to Firoz's laptop. Meanwhile Kabir receives a phone call from Aditi. She sends a video to Kabir. Kabir is surprised to see the video as it reveals that Rizwan changed his face to look like Feroz through plastic surgery. At the same time Feroz discovers Naina's pen drive in his laptop. Worried, Kabir rushes to the ship where Naina is staying. Unfortunately, when Kabir arrives he finds that Naina has already been killed. Devastated, Kabir becomes sad and starts crying. Rizwan has 4 main helpers known as Rook, Knight, Bishop and Pawn. In the beginning of the story Kabir was shown sniping an old man referred to as Bishop. Later Kabir kills an army officer in a plane known as Rook. Returning to the present day, we see Rizwan's third helper named Dr. Biswas, who is referred to as Knight. Colonel Luthra has sent Khalid to protect Dr. Biswas and bring him back to India. During their journey Rizwan's men attacked them while trying to take Dr. Biswas away. Kabir arrives and fights off the attackers, taking the drive that Dr. Biswas had. Khalid follows Kabir. Unexpectedly Kabir suddenly jumps into the water. Khalid is unable to catch him. Then Khalid asks his friend about Kabir's last mission where he learns about Naina and Ruhi. Khalid goes to find Ruhi and discovers her together with Kabir. Khalid approaches them and requests to speak with Kabir alone. They go to Kabir's secret place, where Kabir shares all the information he knows about Rizwan. Suddenly, they are attacked by a group of strangers but managed to successfully defeat them. The next day they attended Dede's wedding and she is surprised and happy to see Kabir and Khalid together. Kabir had given Aditi the drive belonging to Dr. Biswas and she informs Kabir that she uncovered Rizwan's plan through the drive. She reveals that Rizwan is attempting to destroy India's defense satellite by attacking it. She gives the drive to Kabir saying that if the satellite is destroyed, the communication with the forces on the borders will be interrupted and in that case, they will be easily attacked by the enemy. After that Kabir gives the drive to Khalid and tells him to protect it. They leave there and travel in a boat. Meanwhile Kabir drinks with Khalid. Suddenly Kabir falls to the ground with blood pouring from his mouth. What happened to him suddenly? Then Khalid says that he was poisoned, and Khalid says that he is the pawn that Kabir has been searching for so long. Finally we can see Khalid showing his true face. He is not the real Khalid, he is Saurabh. He then reveals that the real Kyle died when he chased him in Morocco and that day underwent plastic surgery using Khalid's face to spy on them. After that, thinking that Kabir is dead, he throws Kabir into the water and goes back to meet Rizwan. But unbelievably Kabir comes back to find them. Kabir reveals his survival to everyone. He proceeds to narrate how he uncovered the truth about Saab. Realizing that it was Saab and not Khalid who had deceived them, Kabir explains that he had suspected Saab when they were at his house. Noticing that Khalid lacked clear vision, his suspicions were later confirmed when he asked Aditi to investigate further and discovered that Saab had been going to work despite being suspended. Additionally, they found a missing TTX in their vault, prompting Kabir to ask Aditi to create an antidote and place a tracker on the device to track Rizwan's location. Meanwhile, Rizwan and Saab wrongly believed that Kabir has lost a fight due to a missile launch. However, they are proven wrong once again. Suddenly the location of the missile they launched changes and it turns back towards their ship. Kabir confronts Rizwan at gunpoint, but to everyone's surprise Saab shoots Rizwan and quickly escapes in a car, assuming that Kabir is dead. Luckily Kabir manages to survive the ensuing explosion and gives chase. Their pursuit results in an accidental crash, leading to a fierce fist fight between Kabir and Saab. In a ruthless showdown Kabir eventually kills Saurabh. Later Kabir meets with the colonel. Kabir claims that Khalid's selfless act exemplifies extraordinary patriotism, making Khalid the true hero of the fight. Therefore Kabir requests that the mission credits be attributed to Khalid. The government honors Khalid for his sacrifice and awards his mother accordingly. At the end Kabir is with Ruhi. At the same time Kabir gets a call from the colonel informing him that his next mission is Farid Haqqani. Thanks for watching.